Have you ever wondered how many times life on our planet has been pushed to the very brink of annihilation, forced to start over from almost nothing? Imagine Earth, time and time again, hitting a giant reset button. Tonight, in this special bedtime documentary, we are going to journey back through 500 million years of history to uncover the 5 great mass extinctions that have sculpted the world we know today. And we'll ask a crucial question. Are we, right now, living through the 6th? Our story begins a staggering 440 million years ago, during a period called the Ordovician-Silurian. Picture a world teeming with life, but almost entirely underwater. Strange, shelled creatures roamed the seafloor, and early fish were just beginning to make their mark. Then, disaster struck. The planet plunged into a severe ice age. As massive glaciers formed at the poles, they locked away enormous amounts of water. Sea levels dropped dramatically, shrinking the shallow coastal seas where most life thrived. The water that remained grew colder, and its chemistry changed. For the creatures adapted to a warm, stable ocean, it was a catastrophe. In this first great extinction, an astonishing 85% of all marine species vanished forever. It was nature's first great purge, a chilling reminder of how fragile life can be. But from the ashes of this frozen world, life would eventually rebound, setting the stage for the next chapter in Earth's dramatic history. Fast forward about 70 million years to the late Devonian period, around 370 million years ago. This era is often called the Age of Fishes. The oceans were now home to a spectacular variety of aquatic life, including giant armored fish like the Dunkleosteus, a predator the size of a school bus. On land, the first forests were beginning to take root, with primitive trees reaching for the sky. Life seemed to be conquering new frontiers. But once again, the planet's climate began to shift erratically. It wasn't one single event, but a series of devastating pulses of extinction spread over millions of years. Scientists believe a combination of factors was at play. Perhaps volcanic activity or the new land plants themselves altered the atmosphere. Whatever the cause, oxygen levels in the oceans plummeted, creating vast dead zones where nothing could survive. This slow, suffocating crisis, the second great mass extinction, wiped out about 75% of all species. The magnificent armored fish were gone, and the world's vibrant coral reefs collapsed. Life was dealt another heavy blow, proving that even a world full of giants was not safe from the planet's volatile nature. Now, we arrive at the most devastating chapter in Earth's entire history. The Permian-Triassic extinction, which occurred 250 million years ago. This wasn't just an extinction, it was an apocalypse. It's earned the chilling nickname, the Great Dying, and for good reason. Over 95% of all marine species and 70% of land animals were utterly annihilated. Life on Earth came closer to being completely wiped out than at any other time. So what could cause such a near-total planetary sterilization? The prime suspect is a series of cataclysmic volcanic eruptions in what is now Siberia. For nearly a million years, colossal fissures in the Earth's crust spewed unimaginable amounts of lava, covering an area larger than Western Europe. This wasn't just lava. The volcanoes released massive quantities of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. The result was runaway global warming on a scale we can barely comprehend. The oceans warmed and became acidic, dissolving the shells of marine creatures. Poisonous hydrogen sulfide gas, produced by bacteria in the oxygen-starved oceans, may have even wafted into the atmosphere, poisoning life on land. For millions of years, Earth was a desolate, toxic wasteland. It took more than 10 million years for life to begin to recover from this, the greatest of all extinctions. Out of the crucible of the Great Dying, new forms of life slowly emerged. This brings us to our 4th major extinction event, at the end of the Triassic period, 200 million years ago. By this time, the world's continents were fused into a single supercontinent called Pangaea. The climate was generally hot and dry. Early dinosaurs had appeared, but they were not yet the dominant force. They were relatively small, competing with a host of other large reptiles and amphibians. Then, as Pangaea began to break apart, the world was once again thrown into chaos. Massive volcanic activity associated with the rifting of the supercontinent pumped huge amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere. The climate swung violently, and ocean chemistry was disrupted. This fourth great extinction eliminated about 3/4 of all species. Many of the large reptiles that had been the dinosaurs' main competitors were wiped out completely. This event, while devastating, cleared the stage. It created a power vacuum, and one group of animals was perfectly positioned to fill it. The extinction at the end of the Triassic opened the door for the dawn of a new era, the age of dinosaurs. For the next 150 million years, dinosaurs ruled the Earth. From the towering Argentinosaurus to the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex, they were the undisputed kings of the planet. But their reign came to a sudden and spectacular end 65 million years ago. This is the fifth and most famous mass extinction, the Cretaceous-Paleogene event. The culprit? A 6-mile-wide asteroid that slammed into the planet in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact was more powerful than 1 billion atomic bombs. It triggered a global firestorm, colossal tsunamis, and sent a cloud of dust and debris into the atmosphere that blocked out the sun for years. Photosynthesis ground to a halt, causing food chains to collapse from the bottom up. The planet was plunged into a prolonged impact winter. The great dinosaurs, along with about 75% of all species on Earth, were wiped out. But not everything perished. Hiding in the shadows, small shrew-like mammals survived the cataclysm. With the dinosaurs gone, these humble creatures emerged from the darkness. The path was now clear for them to diversify, grow, and eventually give rise to the primates, and ultimately, to us. This brings our journey to the present day. We've seen how asteroids and volcanoes have reshaped life on Earth. But many scientists now believe we are in the midst of a sixth mass extinction, and this time, the cause is not a rock from space or a crack in the Earth's crust. It's us. Human activity, from deforestation and pollution to climate change and overfishing, is driving species to extinction at a rate that is estimated to be between 100 and 1,000 times faster than the natural background rate. The web of life that took millions of years to recover from past extinctions is now being unraveled in just a few centuries. Unlike the dinosaurs, we are aware of the catastrophe we are creating. The story of Earth's great extinctions is not just a history lesson. It's a profound warning. It shows us how interconnected and fragile our planet's systems are, and it places a heavy responsibility on our shoulders. The future of countless species, and perhaps our own, depends on the choices we make today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through deep time. The story of our planet is one of incredible destruction, but also of incredible resilience. If you found this exploration fascinating, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the wonders of our world. We appreciate your support. See you next time.